violence. And someone said hope, someone said love, somebody said Jesus. And I have I got some issues about that, because sometimes it's like you could call on a higher power, but when are you going to do something? When are you going to get off of your hands and actually do something about it? You know, I think sometimes we do feel hopeless because we've been conditioned in our minds to say, oh, well, we can't do it. We need the help of somebody else. Or we need a Martin Luther King type. Or we need a Malcolm X. If we had someone like that that can just shepherd us into the right way, then we'd be okay. You know? And all of our good leaders have died for a reason. And not because, and they sacrificed their lives for us, but it's now time for us to do that. It's now time for us as a people to stand up. So, you know.
So it's like, how do you think, what do you think we need to do in the sense of developing leaders? So like, where does it start? Is it in the classrooms? Is it at home? Is it, where do we start?
It's definitely at home, you know, but everybody's lives are different. Everybody is teaching different now. It was something, it's interesting how back in the day, and I'm using that very loosely, but if I did something in my class and at school, my mother believed the teacher. Even if the teacher was probably halfway telling the truth, she believed her all the way. There was full support, 100%. Nowadays, you can't say anything to anybody because everybody is teaching things differently. In the 60s, everyone had they had an agenda. It was all, aside from sexuality, aside from, you know, interracial marriages, all those things, the one thing that was really important was housing, education, and jobs. Those three things united everybody. And so because all of us are out here trying to do things, and it's great, we're not unified. So everybody's, you know, focus is different. And we have to come together and to unify one goal. And I think that's why so many people are always looking for a leader. If we had a leader, then they can organize our mission, and then we can, you know, then we'll be okay. And it's like, no, it's like everybody knows, it seems like everybody has forgotten that we're not equal. There's still laws in place that don't allow for us to be equal. Which is why the idea of violence is such a complex thing. It's not just and I say it in the play, we say it in the play, that it's not just my father being out of the home or schools or the government or laws. It's a whole bunch of other stuff. And it was been designed like this way before we even got here, way before we were in the place that we are in now, you know? I don't know, and I think too, yeah, schools play a part of that, but home life. But if you're living in a cycle of violence, living in a cycle where the father isn't around, or, you know, the mother is this way, or she's wherever it is, you grow up in that, you're gonna see it. And until you kind of gain some perspective and live a little, get out of your comfort zone, you're going to think that that is okay. You're going to say, oh, well, this is what I'm used to. This is what I know. But some of these students that I'm working with are examples of the opposite of that. There's a student who says that his dad was into the gang life, and when he was younger, he would have to throw up the different signs, and he told himself, I don't want this. I don't want to be a part of that. Another young lady lives in Inglewood, around the BDs, the GDs, and she chose not to be a part of it. So it's possible, you know, you are not your surrounding. And I think that's it. You are not your surrounding. You are not your, you know, just because your father, your mother was this way, that does not mean that now you have to sort of live in that, you know. I think that's it at all.